FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
I do want to emphasize, though, while Americans are rethinking our role in the world and how engaged we ought to be and the way that engagement ought to be expressed, there is still a threshold requirement for voters to feel comfortable and confident electing someone president. That is, there needs to be a feeling of a comfort level that somebody is committed to keeping America strong and secure around the world. That is really the price of admission to the White House. And that has not changed. There's no events that have occurred between the last election and this election that's changed that. And that is something very important for people in my party to understand. But once you take that, there really is a sweet spot in the discussion of national security and foreign affairs, which is Americans are very much looking for somebody who will find the right balance between toughness and diplomacy in working with other countries around the world. And again, I think there is an implied criticism here that over the past, recent past, we have not found that right balance as a country, that we've been inclined too often to look to military solutions first and not diplomatic solutions sufficiently. And so that this really is what the debate ought to be about, is that what does represent the right balance? That is in the eye of the beholder, but balance is the holy grail and the most powerful word in all of this. There's a positive reaction to somebody who will work with other countries through established organizations, through established organizations like the UN, who will work to improve America's image around the world. And on the next slide, here are some other things that rate a little bit lower in terms of the degree to which Americans embrace them. Again, I want to emphasize what's at the very bottom of the list, is that if you are running today as an isolationist, even if you're not using that language, that it's time to limit our role in the world, that's not a view that Americans express, even at a moment when they're saying we ought to focus first and foremost here at home. On the next chart, looking at this by partisanship, here, while in terms of the international agenda, there were some elements of consensus between Democrats and Republicans, you can see that here there are very substantial differences. The differences were reflected in the primary contest, where we had very different conversations about national security, and at some level, the person who is most successful in the coming months will be the one who can get to where the swing voters are. That is, there is among those swing voters, there is this preeminent view that we both need to keep America strong and secure, but the way to do that now requires an appropriate balance of toughness and diplomacy. It is not a military first or military only approach, but somebody who is able to strike the right balance. And again, among those swing voters, being able to work with countries through organizations like the UN, that is a rejection of the alternative of going it alone, as we would describe it.